वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. So we are discussing here in Bhagavad Gita. We take different concepts mentioned in Bhagavad Gita by Sri Krishna. Of course, they are all part of different chapters of this 18th chapter book. So last more than 2 months, very intense philosophical concept, but parallel to be philosophical, extremely useful, practicable, and which makes the religion and philosophy useful, not only the subject of some scholars to discuss, but those who are genuinely spiritual seekers. This book, this concept is meant for them. Hinduism essentially is not a religion to believe in, that you believe in God. You don't believe in God, you are still part of Hinduism. Why? You don't believe something which you know. I do not need to believe that you people are sitting in front of me, because I know that you are in front of me. You don't believe that this is a phone, because you know this is a phone. I don't believe that this is specs. I know this is a specs. I am giving these examples to differentiate between belief and the knowledge. Hinduism, with all its detailed ritualistic worships, etc., is essentially a spiritual path for the seekers. We don't have a classification of believers or non-believers. Even if you don't see from religious perspective, if you find a person who is basically a good person, loving, caring, compassionate, and if you know that he or she doesn't go to temple, that doesn't make any change in our opinion about his or her goodness. Nowhere in this 700 shlokas there is any reference which says that those are spiritual people who goes to temple every day. No. There is no word temple here. The temple is not a word of Bhagavad Gita, neither of the Vedas, nor of the Upanishads. But still we have temples. There is no word called statue, murti, pratima in our scriptures. Still we have, because we find that is helpful. Swami Vivekananda says in one place that by idol worship of the statues, if that can create a Ramakrishna, there is no harm in doing idol worship. Did any of us select it? That I want to be born in this religion or that religion? No. Do we select where we want to born? where we want to be born. Do we select our parents? No. It is as if given to us. So any concepts, of course, we are born in certain region, in certain religious atmosphere, so we may have affinity towards some scriptures. But if you are a true Hindu, or rather a true seeker of truth, you do not mind in accepting any idea from any religion or rather any person which could help you to realize your goal. But if you are not seeker, you believe in a set of principles, anything outside that you don't believe, because it is not the list of belief system given to you. That's why if you are true to your faith, or rather I put, if you are genuinely a spiritual seeker, you have to be all encompassing, you have to be all accepting, because truth is hidden by different ways, explained in different ways by different prophets, different incarnations and saints. Language has to be different because of the geographical differences. So let us be seekers, not believers. I believe that there is a God. No, don't believe, not necessary. Rather, let me be a genuine seeker to know whether God exists or not. That's a better standpoint than a believer. So we discussed some topics. We are discussing from chapter 1 onwards. But we are not going shloka by shloka, we are taking concepts. So that we are not in a hurry of completing the syllabus or a book. But we are here on whenever we meet and talk, we think together, we learn something new, we think something which we might not have thought about. So last 2-3 months we discussed at length about detachment. We talked about the concept of true happiness. This set of 3 shlokas which we are going to talk in 2 or 3 talks is the purpose behind all that you do in the name of religion. You go for a pilgrimage, you do charity, you do meditation, you do kirtan, whatever you do. The ultimate goal is this, and that goal is your absorption, to be absorbed in truth, which in context of Bhagavad Gita, it is said the absorption in Brahman. We try to understand. I always take this position. I am not here to give sermons to anybody. My stand is that let me think loudly in front of you. This class is practically a very educational for me, because I get a chance to introspect and think in a proper way, logical way. In some languages it is said that if you want to learn Sanskrit, you start teaching Sanskrit. When you start teaching, you learn and then only you can teach. You cannot teach before you learn. So before we speak, we learn. So that's how we take this dictum from the Upanishad. In our Vedas, Upanishad, it is said, Swadhyaya pravachanabhyam na pramaditavyam. Do not shrink from study and explaining to others. Do it with enthusiasm. I'm not here to teach. Who am I to teach? So we think together. What is this absorption? For example, when you go to sleep, you are in a waking state, you are aware about this world, you are aware of this place, your house, your bedroom, your bed. You are aware about the external world. Slowly you close your eyes. You still are aware about your surrounding. Then your body goes to sleep. Your mind is still active. Then your mind also sleeps. And you are absorbed in yourself as if you are exposed. Now you are inwardly established and inwardly absorbed in yourself. For example's sake, what you are trying when you are trying to meditate? Are you want to be aware about your surrounding? No, you want to forget about the surroundings. So you concentrate on a form or a name or a sound or light or whatever. And you try to be absorbed in that. How this absorption will happen? You say we have to do sadhana, we have to do tapasya, we have to do a lot of meditation. No. This absorption can be very spontaneous. You say, no, I am not able to even meditate for 5-10 minutes. With the same mind, in very odd hours, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in early morning or dead of night, you watch a football final, World Cup, 2 hours without any iota of sleep in your eyes. That 1.5 hours you are absorbed in watching the game. Next day get up at 2 o'clock, read a book, in 5 minutes you will sleep. That means what? Your absorption, getting absorbed, getting concentrated, forget everything and be one with that, is because of your interest, because of your liking. People watch movies for hours, don't get sleep. But same mind, give a book to read, same mind tell them to meditate, cannot continue for long. It is the same mind. I have told the story earlier. Surdas was a poet saint of northern India, devotee of Krishna, but blind. He has written a lot of devotional songs. Taking the story from Bhagavatam, he has written one song. I have told this story, good to hear again. Uddhava was friend and disciple of Sri Krishna. As Krishna told Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, same way Krishna has told another Gita, more or less the same philosophy, to Uddhava. That is called Uddhava Gita. That is part of Bhagavatam. Now Uddhava is a jnani. Who is a jnani? God is not anywhere, God is in my heart. That is the first standpoint of jnana. But the lover of Krishna, the gopis and gopas of Vrindavan, they love Krishna with form, with name and form. And when there is a name and form, the form is limited. You have a form, so you are sitting on a particular chair. If you are on this chair, you are not on another chair, because you have a form. But your mind doesn't have a form. So now you are hearing, your mind is in Ramakrishna Mission. Suddenly your mind goes to Mustafa Center. Suddenly your mind goes to marketplace. Suddenly it goes home. Suddenly it goes to cinema. Because mind can travel. Body cannot travel so fast. So if you have a form, you are occupying a limited space. When you have a form, there are all chances of separation. We have a form, so we are all individually separated each other. So in bhakti, God has a form, God has a name. And when God has a name and a form, God becomes other than me. Because I also have a form, I also have a name. Behind this name and form also is Sachidananda. Behind that name and form of Krishna, Ramakrishna, Durga, Kali, Jesus, Buddha, also is the same Sachidananda. But because of the name and form, this separation comes. And because separation is there is an attraction, desire to see, desire to meet, desire to touch. That feeling towards God takes a form of devotion. I like Krishna, oh I like Ramakrishna, oh I like Durga, I like Kali. I remember 6 or 8 months before, on any Sunday, we came down from the temple and here comes a Chinese lady smiling and coming down. So we do not know her. I said, who are you? What are you? What's your name? My name is Kali. I said, how Kali can be a Chinese name? I like Kali. Wow, so sweet. And then she told whatever, many things. Anyway, name and form is because of that devotion. So Gopas and Gopis believe in that God with form. So Krishna was with them. Now Krishna went to Mathura. So there is a separation. And that separation creates this emotion or a desire to see him again. For the tears come, for the singing comes. All this comes in duality. Sri Ramakrishna had a very interesting way of explaining. He said, devotion is good. How? It's like a swimming, going inside, coming out, going inside, coming out. What is jnana? Straight, shanta. There is no wave. In devotion there are waves, up and down. So Uddhava comes to Vrindavan and saw that these gopis and gopas are, somebody is crying, somebody is weeping, somebody is lamenting, somebody is shouting, singing. So Uddhava came and told, what foolishness is this? Krishna is not a person. Krishna is a principle. Krishna is a consciousness. Krishna is within yourself. Meditate on that. One small gopi came forward and asked Uddhava, wait. You told us to meditate on Krishna? How you meditate? Uddhava was a jnani. Uddhava says, sit in one quiet place, close your eyes and meditate on Krishna. Gopi said, how to meditate? Concentrate your mind. Which mind? answer to that, Surdasa wrote in a poem, Uddhav, man na bhayo das bis. Uddhava, we don't have 10-20 minds. Ek huto so gayo shyam sang. We have only one mind. And that mind is taken away by Krishna with him. We don't have even a mind or a heart to meditate on him. This is devotion. So, this absorption, we have so many stories. Stories means not imaginary story but a reality. Sri Ramakrishna says, you meditate in such a way that your body becomes like a log of wood. Not literally. You are unaware about what is happening to your body. You are so much absorbed, as you are absorbed in deep sleep. But this is while meditating. Master Mahashaya, the writer of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, had enjoyed the company of Sri Ramakrishna for many years. After his passing away, Sri Ramakrishna's passing away, Master Mahashaya used to visit. At that time, few centers of mission were there. So he went to Haridwar. In Haridwar, there were two disciples of Swami Vivekananda engaged in service to people. Swami Kalyanananda, Swami Nishchayananda. Master Mahashaya found since morning to night, these two monks are busy in serving people. So Master Mahashaya was little disturbed and told to Swami Nishchayananda, is this for which you have left your home? You should be spending more and more time in meditation and japa and spiritual practices. So Nishchayanji very humbly, because he is Master Mahashaya, elderly devotee, whatever Swamiji has told, I am doing. Did Swamiji told you to do only work and not meditation? He said, whatever I have learnt, I am doing. That night, Master Mahashaya got up and couldn't find Swami Nishchayananda in his room. Went and saw Swami Nishchayananda was sitting in front of the closed shrine and meditating, and his body was fully covered with mosquitoes and he was not even aware about it. That is absorption. Latu Maharaj, Swami Adbhutanandaji used to meditate on the bank of Ganges. You know, ebb and tide is very clear in Calcutta because the ocean is very close. The water went above him. While meditating, even breathing has stopped. Kumbhaka has taken place. That is absorption. Swami Vivekananda traveling in America by tram, train, whatever was there, wanted to get down at one station. In the train itself meditating. Conductor comes and says, sir, this is the terminal. Train will not go anywhere. Oh, I came so many stations ahead. That was absorption. Absorbing in what? As absorbed in oneself. Not absorbed in an object like a TV or a show or a person or something, no. This absorption, these examples which I gave is a meditation. So deep meditation, profound meditation. I remember, I give example all the time. For 2 years I was in Argentina. So the previous first Swami, Swami Vijayananda, who went there, translated Bhagavad Gita in Spanish. So the word samadhi came. There is no word called samadhi in Spanish. because samadhi is not their concept. So he translated as a profound concentration, profound meditation. Meditación profunda. Because there is no other way to explain. So if we take that terminology, your profound meditation, the true sense of meditation, to be completely absorbed in yourself. That absorption is the topic. How you can be that? Can I concentrate or be absorbed within when I have so much attachment and aversion with the external world? We all live in the same world, but our worlds are different. Because our way of looking at the world is different. So Sri Krishna says, who can be absorbed in oneself? Yo antas sukho. Your happiness is within. Our happiness is external. Our happiness is in eating, watching, seeing, touching, breathing, smelling. Except the five senses coming in contact with the sense objects, that sensation of happiness is the only experience of happiness. We are unaware about the mine of happiness which is within. One who is happy within, an example is given. Think of a child, 2 months, 3 months old child. Doesn't have any capacity to express. So child makes different type of sound. Hearing that sound, the mother understands that he has a stomach pain, he is hungry, or he has soiled his bed, or he is thirsty, or whatever. This is the universal language of a child. Different sound will come. Person like us don't understand. All crying is the same, but actually it's not so. Anyway, this is not our topic. If you want, I will tell. Small children cry 5 ways. There is a classification. Anyway, there is a pediatric science. This example is given in Yoga Vasishtha Ramayana. A 2-3 months of child, such a small child, it cries only when it passes motion or when it is hungry. Think that the child is full, stomach is full. So it is sleeping. Mother also slept. Dead of night, child wakes up. Just for example, he doesn't cry because stomach is full. This example Vasishtha is giving to Ramachandra. A fully contented child throws his hands and feet out of happiness, doesn't need any external object to be happy. Be like that child. And his throwing hands and feet is like doing karma in this world. He does karma because he is happy. We do karma because we are miserable, because we want something. Child doesn't want anything. Out of happiness, throws hands and feet. That example Vasishtha gave us. Antas sukho. One who has realized, understood his happiness within. That's why the teachings of Vairagya, teachings of detachment comes, so that we learn how to be happy. That's why this is japa. Keep on doing japa. Mechanical, doesn't give you happiness. But a time comes when you start getting happiness. Happiness is of 2 types. For example, before you enter, I take, here is 20 kilo. Okay, all of you must keep in your bag. Your bag will be tired because 20 kilo is at the bag. Okay, you remove it. He became very happy. You didn't get anything, but you lost this stress, so you became happy. Our happiness in the world, which we understand that we are happy because of eating, because of meeting, because of touching, because of anything, is because of your releasing stress. Not because you are getting extra something elsewhere, no. This happiness which will come after meditation is that you found happiness, antah sukha, internal, not generated because of something. When you go to the temple, celebrations or every day also you get, we keep below in a tray some dry fruits or something, what it is called? When you come down from the temple, you take that one. What is that? Prasad. What is prasad actually? Prasad is not the food. Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, when you meditate, the happiness which you get while meditating or after meditation, that happiness is called prasada. Then the sloka comes, prasade sarva dukkhanam hani rasya upajayate. Do you think by taking some dry fruits all the miseries go away? No. But the prasada which is created, which is the result of your meditation, that takes away your stress, that takes away your issues, problems. So he says, you antasukho, one who is happy within. Antara arama. One whose pleasure is within, just like the child. And unknowingly, we spoil that happiness or that state of happiness mind of the child by giving him a toy. So you attract his, nowadays small children, without mobile phone, cry. Give mobile phone, quiet. All these videos are there. Who did that? A child was happy. Child is born with this quality that he can be happy without any external object to make him happy. Slowly you hand over the toys and mobile and this and that and made him extrovert. Now he is not happy within because he has lost internal happiness. That is the case with all of us. We do not know that there is a happiness within. We know happiness is outside. We know happiness is in food, in people, in movies and in this and that. We never think that happiness comes from within. Tatha antarjyotirevacha. The eternal light and a guide also is within you. We have a beautiful story in our Upanishad. How I am able to see you? Because of the light of the sun. Okay, sunset. How I can see you? No, because of the light of the moon. Okay, today is Amavasya. Moon also is not there. How I can see you? No, because of some stars light little. Okay, it is cloudy. No stars are visible. Which is that light which can guide you? Sound. If the room is completely dark, I am not able to see you. Even I keep my hand, I can't see my hand. It's so dark, pitch dark. And I want to go nearer to you. So what I will say, where are you? I am here. Oh, sound came from this side. So sound becomes the light. I go there. But when the sound also is not there, what becomes your guide? Is the consciousness. Tatha antarjyotirevacha. These are not only concept. The more we understand, the more we read, more we think, more we meditate, more we understand. I won't say what I am telling is the last meaning of this now. So your happiness is within, your pleasure, your contentment, your light is within. So yogi Brahma Nirvanam Brahma Bhutodi Gacchati. You are absorbed in yourself, you are absorbed in Atman. Why it is called yourself? Is because if I say Atman, Atman becomes as if it is something different than you. No, it is you. So it is called to be absorbed within yourself. So we take help of a mantra. Mantra is nothing but a thread holding which you dive within. Mantra is like a chain. Every link, every mantra you utter is a link of the chain. As if you are standing at the seashore having chain in your hand, and the chain is very long. It goes right up to the bottom of the sea, where there is a chest, there is a box, and the last link is attached to that box. You have another end in your hand. Link by link you go and you will reach that. This is example given. So the treasure is within. The mantra is that chain. Every repetition of mantra is a link. Link by link, you dive within. And time will come when you will reach the box. Example it is. So Yogi Brahma Nirvanam, he is absorbed in Brahman. There is no example for it. Because of that, there is a word called Natasya Pratima Asti. But people interpret in many ways. Oh, Hinduism says there is no Pratima. Pratima means statue. Still Hindus are worshipping statue. What ignorant you are, what fools you are, like that. Many critics say. Pratima is, there is nobody like you. There is no example of you. Because there cannot be any example. If this is black, I can create another dummy phone and say, oh, this is like this. The original phone is like this. Because it is object of my perception. But the subject doesn't have an example. Subject it itself. So it is the same word. You will be absorbed in yourself. This absorption is like link by link you go. When link by link you go, automatically link by link you are renouncing back. You are progressing link by link, so you are giving up link by link behind. That giving up is all your desires and attachment with the external world. This doesn't come just by intellectual study, no. You need to do it. As Hinduism is a religion not of belief, but of seeking the truth. In the same way, Hinduism is a religion of practicing. What practicing? Not practicing a few principles which are external. No, that you do for your Chitta Shuddhi. That is actually not major part of your religion. This absorption is the real part of your religion. when you get absorbed in that, that means you become that. I'm trying to explain. You know, light, all these lights are coming, whether it is this light or whether it is sun's light or moonlight or whatever. This rays of light, we say we don't see the rays. Do like this, eyes little, you can see the rays. What is this light? What is this light is made of? Is it like a liquid which comes out of that? Then the room is full. Even if I switch off, the room will be full of light. No. As soon as I switch off, the room becomes dark. So what comes out of this? What is this light? It is rays, it is particles or energy or what? We don't know. How you know? You do not know until you become light. Sun's light comes. There is a speed of light, correct? Light speed they have measured. In 1 year, 365 days, the light goes. That is called light year distance. If you want to know exactly what light is, you have to travel with the light parallel to it to understand what it looks like. Correct? You are standing on a platform, a high-speed train comes, goes away. If any one of you have seen the F1 race, I got one ticket, so once I went, in 10 minutes I came out. Can't take it. I said, it's better to watch it on TV, at least I can see the car. There you cannot see anything. Sound comes, something goes away. Can I see the car's number? No. Because it goes so fast, I can't even see the color of the car. So if I want to read the number of the car, plate number, I must travel with the car by another car at the same speed. Then if I take photo, it is very clear. In the same way, if you want to know what the light is, you have to travel in the same speed in the same direction. Then you can see what light looks like. In short, you also become light. Then only you can know what is light. That's why in our colloquial language we say, you want to understand my point, come to me, live my life, then only you understand what I am suffering. You have to be with, you have to be that. Krishna says here. So yogi Brahma Nirvanam, Brahma Bhuto Adhigacchati. He becomes Brahman. He becomes that light. And he knows what is light. Then he comes to know not what is light. I am also light. There is a funny incident. Swami Vivekananda was traveling as a parivrajaka, itinerant monk in India. On the way he met a young man. There is a in UP, there is a small city called Hathras. Hathras became little infamous recently. That Hathras railway station, there was a assistant station master, a Bengali boy. So Swami Vivekananda came to the station and sat on a bench. That was a very bright young man. So both became friends, and that young man eventually became his disciple and became the first disciple of Swami Vivekananda, called Swami Sadananda. So Swamiji gave him sannyasa. So now he also became sannyasi. So much appreciation, so much love. So one day Swamiji said, hey Sadananda, do this. He said, do whatever you like, I am not going to do it. Swamiji jokingly said, what kind of disciple you are? Then Sadalanji out of jokingly told, you are also a monk, I am also a monk. Hum bhi military, tum bhi military. That is the exact dialogue he told. You become one on a little devotional note. Swami Sadananda and Swami Vivekananda, disciple and guru, they are walking in mountains. Swamiji was habituated, but Sadanandaji was not. So there were boils in his feet because of the shoes. Already there is some luggage with them. So Swamiji said, give me your shoes. Swamiji took his shoes and tied with the things which was on his head. Later on Swami Sadananda told, I got such a guru who has carried my sandals on his head. It is the disciple who carries the sandals or shoes of the guru, but here the guru was carrying shoes. Why we are telling this? This absorption is realizing oneness, not becoming one. Not that you are separate, then you are becoming one. You are already one, you will realize that you are that. That is the beauty of this Brahma Nirvana. This word Nirvana also comes from Bhagavad Gita, which Lord Buddha uses in his teachings. So this absorption comes only when there is an intense, in Bhakti Yoga, intense love, in Jnana Yoga, intense concentration within. So this is about that absorption. We have two more shlokas about the same subject. We will be taking it later. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.